began operations in Japan in 1964. The bullet train program introduced all around the world. Besides, the bullet train consists of unintended and intended consequences in different communities, such as business, environment, and effects. I'm interested about how does the origin, design, and function of the bullet train impact the different communities. Throughout the program, the bullet train get undeniable technological, commercial, and popular success. High-speed rail is about to put into use. Once far away from the frontier was suddenly close to the mainland distance. Golden Bridge has been erected. The beauty is no longer far away. From speed to high-speed rail, brighter prospects so that people's live more railway development dates back at least to the middle of 19th century, around 1868. In 1825, Britain, which was in the midst of an industrial revolution, pioneered the construction of the world's first railway. Later, these new technologies were introduced to Japan by force, and in 1865, the first railway in Japan, the Nagasaki Electric Railway, was built in Nagasaki. Since then, after Meiji Restoration, Japan has also begun on the road of developing capitalism. To develop industry, railways are essential. So at that time, the authorities decided to learn from the West. After all, in this small nation, the construction and development of railways are changing rapidly. Now, Japan had gradually formed, in addition to the official railway, 5 private iron enterprises. This phenomenon has laid a solid foundation for the current state of Japan's railways. By 1927, the Ginza Line had opened, making it the first subway in Asia. At the time, before World War II, the railway developed to a new high-speed development period. Electrification, streetcars, underground railways, and other inventions were made. After the war, all the formal occupation lands returned to the countries, and the various wartime railway enterprises began to collapse. In wartime, there were indeed several railway companies under the wartime system, especially the Tokyo Express Electric Railway and the Empire's High-Speed Transport (CAP). In 1956, the entire line of Donghai Road was electrified, and in the same year, the Eco Tram Express began operation, and 2 years later, on October 1st, 1958, a day of the generation of engines. 20 serious buses, but also a loud name, more affectionately known as Blue Train. In 2004, on the land of Kyushu Island, the Kyushu Shinkansen opened, and the southern part of the island finally ushered in Shinkansen. In 2010, the Kyushu Shinkansen extended north to Budo, the whole line, in 2015. The North Line Shinkansen extended to Kanazawa. In 2016, a Hokkaido Shinkansen opened. In 2016, Japan's Shinkansen finally achieved full success to all but the 4 islands. The reason why the high-speed rail is mostly bridge-type structure, one because the repair is very high, and the other is because of operational safety considerations. First of all, because the high-speed railway trains are moved in a fast speed. Once they start, stopping is quite difficult. If they are repaired on the ground, pedestrians, all kinds of motor vehicles, and livestock may have an impact on driving safety, resulting in more accidents. Secondly, the safety performance of high-speed railway tracks also need to be guaranteed. The length of the railway lines is very long, so they cannot always be able to monitor the saturation of various sections of the road. After the bridge-type structure can reduce the terrorist incidents caused by man-made destruction. In addition, high-speed rails is powered by electricity to drive the train to run. Simply said, to the traction substation to the overhead contact line, which is the wire above the track. To provide electricity, high-speed train through the electric bow will be overhead contact line of electrical energy back inside the car, driving the variable frequency motor to make the train run. The bownet system is jointly known as the electric bow and the overhead contact network. During the operation of the train, the traction system is stationary from the substation to the contact network, and from the part of the electric bow, the whole high-speed train is moving. The train set is driven according to the prescribed route. The train group has two kinds of traction power distribution method, one called power dispersion, one called power concentration. The train set is equipped with an advanced automatic control system, train information diagnostic system, and the constant speed device, which can maintain the fixed speed operation. There are also other electronic equipment, which has the characteristics of fast speed, high technical content, and difficulty of handling, which requires the driver of the train group to have knowledge and skills in electronics, electrical appliances, computers, and so on. Not only do they have the traction devices, but they also have a range of operating equipment with driver's cabs that gradually the main functioning of the entire train. With the advent of new trains, some trains no longer have their drive wheels installed on the locomotives, but all in the middle carriages, such as the China Revival. The actual saturation of high-speed railway operation domestically and abroad shows that after the construction and operation of high-speed railway, it will have a profound impact on the industrial development and urbanization progress in regions along the route, and have obvious economic effects of high-speed railway at present. Speeding up railway construction, especially high-speed rail construction, is not only an important measure to increase effective investment and expand effective demand, but also to increase the effective supply of railways. The destruction of vegetation by high-speed railway directly affects the animals living in it, and the reduction of vegetation area limits the animals' activity area. At the same time, some organisms have died as a result of pollution, and biodiversity has been hit hard as a result. Sudden disruptions in the food chain have made ecosystem stability unsustainable, forcing animals to migrate away from their habitats. Not only that, but the uprooting role of food chain also serves as a warning to people that it is humans who ultimately suffer the most. The effects on water bodies and birds' high-speed rail construction will cause changes in the surrounding rivers, marshes, and other waters, and will also affect the lives of plankton and other organisms such as fish in the water. If the riverbed is changed at will, artificial reservoirs also have an impact on the local drought prevention capacity. Noise in the building will cause the breeding of birds to be high-speed rail construction on the city's development. Of the deadly impact, sensitive to sound and vibration of the bird population will also be during the construction of the ecological environment accumulation of high-speed rail area to the study method to a great deal of harm. At the same time, the night searchlight also makes birds not able to rest at least. high-speed rail has a great impact on animals, as well as on water animals and birds, causing many adverse effects, forcing many animals to migrate because their places of residence are occupied. Noise from high-speed trains passing through rural and wilderness areas can affect animals. Environmentalists have expressed concern that high noise levels near rail corridors could disrupt communications, mask predators, and scare the animals. Railway can be deadly for animals ranging from elephants to gazelles and frogs. In the course of their inquiries, they found that not all deaths were a result of passing trains. Some claims appear to die from dryness due to extreme heat from the orbit. Most frighteningly, the pressure of the fast-moving train suddenly changed, causing the internal organs to blow off and explode from the inside. It is understood that the Ministry of State-Owned Enterprises had drawn up a plan to expand India's high-speed train project to Surabaya in East Java to improve connectivity in Indonesia's most densely populated areas and create new jobs for local workers during the coronavirus crisis. They want the government to prioritize hiring local workers from the construction phases to create more jobs to make up for the economic damage caused by the coronavirus. Not only that, but the project will kick-start the national economy and create new jobs during the coronavirus crisis. Then they prioritize local workers and then attract large numbers of workers by extending the bullet train program, thus creating a lot of jobs that not only give workers enough income but also increase the pace of the project. In addition, the development of the bullet trains, such as replacement and reconstruction of the old train station, as well as the noises and the quality of the environment, severely will cause the cancer or other diseases to the factory workers that live nearby by the station. The proposed bullet train route is also expected to have a serious impact on orchards, mainly in the southern Gujarat region from Vapi to Surat. One of the main complaints of farmers in the region, while tribes and farmers are uneasy about the forced displacement of bullet train project and other multiple infrastructure development projects. The response has been mixed on whether it will become an election issue. In Gujarat, many farmers who are losing their land say they have always been traditional voters of BJP, but the government or BJP government does not consider their welfare, and they may not think so. Not only that, but residents living in detached houses are more shaken than those living in apartments. A social survey and noise and vibration measurements were carried out along the Sanyo Shinkansen, and it was suggested that there was an interaction between noise and vibration on the Shinkansen, and that the disturbance caused by the noise and vibration of the Shinkansen railway increased with the associated vibration and noise in detached houses rather than apartments. Based on these results, they introduced the concept of combined annoyance. Caused by noise and vibration, this suggests that noise and vibration have a combined effect on interference with thinking and reading tasks under low noise exposure. Explained that under certain circumstances, people who live on the side of the track are still affected by the sound of this vibration. High-speed rail as a popular means of transport around the world for people's travel has brought unexpected convenience, but it also brought some unnecessary trouble. For instance, the government plans to build a high-speed rail station, but people are living nearby. The government needs to consider whether these families are subsistent on agriculture and whether they can migrate so as not to cause unnecessary physical and mental health damage. I learned to do one thing, not only to take into account the positive factors, but also to take into account some external factors. To make it easier for people to transport, other concerns should also be taken into account.